Assalamu alaikum. In previous video I already explained cell membrane and today I'll continue with it. Structure of cell membrane. So this is the structure of cell membrane or plasma membrane, and this structure is also known as fluid mosaic model. Fluid mosaic model, and is given by Singer and Nicholson. So here this is the fluid layer of lipid, means bilipid layer, and in this protein molecules are embedded, and they are actually the carrier of the substances. So this is the lipid layer, upper one, and this is the lower one, and they are the fluid, and in this protein molecules are embedded and they are the carrier of the substances. And here on the outer surface of the protein, carbohydrate chains are attached, as here it is visible in the picture. So this is the structure of plasma membrane, and it's given by Singer and Nicholson. Now another part of the typical cell is cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is the house of cell organelles. House of cell organelle means in the cytoplasm all the cell organelles are embedded. So all the space from the plasma membrane to the nuclear membrane that is filled with translucent semi-fluid substance, that is homogeneous and semi-liquid or semi-fluid, that is called cytoplasm. And in the cytoplasm, chemical reactions occur, metabolic activities occur, and it's a living part of the cell, and it always help in the movement. So it help in the movement of the substances within the cell. So always some movement is there because it's a semi-fluid substance. And in the cytoplasm, various cell organelles are found or floating or embedded, you can say. So what are the function of cytoplasm? It helps in intercellular distribution of molecule, enzyme and nutrient. Means within the cell, the distribution of the substances with the help of the cytoplasm. It helps in exchange of material between different cell organelles. Breakdown of glucose takes place in the cytoplasm, means at the time of respiration, means so respiration occur in the cytoplasm also, and biosynthesis of nucleotide, protein and fatty acids takes place in cytoplasm. Here on the page number 11, check your progress 1. So do this, and if you feel some problem while doing it, you can ask me. Now let's start cell organelles found in the cytoplasm. Here cell organelles are categorized into two categories, membranous and non-membranous. So membranous cell organelles are categorized into two different categories, double membranous and single membranous. So the double membranous is endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex or Golgi apparatus, mitochondria and plastids. They are double membranous cell organelles, and single membranous cell organelles, lysosome and vacuole. Lysosome and vacuole are the single membranous cell organelles. Here non-membranous cell organelles are ribosomes and centrosomes. Centrosomes only found in animal cell only. Now let's start endoplasmic reticulum, ER we can say, and another name of endoplasmic reticulum is the skeletal framework of cell. The skeletal framework of cell is the another name of the ER or endoplasmic reticulum, and it's also known as circulatory system of the cell also. So here is a picture of endoplasmic reticulum. So endoplasmic reticulum is an interconnected network of double membrane lined channels. So these channels which are visible in this picture is a double membrane. They are the double membranous structure, and they are interconnected, means they one connect to other. Like here they are just interconnected channels, and it's one and is connected to the cell membrane. Means if you see, means like if it is a cell, so the one end is attached to the cell membrane, and another end of this endoplasmic reticulum is attached to the nuclear membrane. So the outer end of the endoplasmic reticulum, this suppose is the outer end, so it is attached to the cell membrane, and the inner is attached to the nuclear membrane. Endoplasmic reticulum is of two types, smooth and rough. So here in this picture, this is rough endoplasmic reticulum. These dotted structures are found on it. Actually, they are the ribosome. So if the ribosomes are attached on the outer surface of the endoplasmic reticulum, then they are known as rough endoplasmic reticulum. And if the ribosomes are not attached on the outer surface of the endoplasmic reticulum, then it is termed as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Like here in this picture, smooth endoplasmic reticulum is there. Like here, ribosomes are not attached. But here, if you see, ribosomes are attached on the outer surface, so it is rough endoplasmic reticulum. So where the ribosomes are not attached, or the endoplasmic reticulum which do not bear these ribosomes, are known as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum is also known as RER, and it is found in fibroblast and goblet cells. And smooth endoplasmic reticulum is also known as SER, and it is found in liver cell and muscle cell. Now, what are the function of the endoplasmic reticulum? It divides the cytoplasm into small compartment, and it gives rigidity to the cell. Therefore, it acts as a skeletal or supporting framework of the cell. Like the bones are giving the framework of our body, or it supports our body. So in the same way, this is endoplasmic reticulum gives support to the cell. That's why it is known as skeletal framework of the cell. And it helps in intercellular transport, means distribution of material from one part of the cell to the other part, means within the cell. And it is also known as circulatory system of the cell. Like within our body, the circulatory system help to transport the substances. In the same way, within the cell, this endoplasmic reticulum help to transport the substances. That's why it is also known as circulatory system of the cell. It provides a large surface area inside the cell for various biochemical activities. So because of this interconnected channel, it gives the large surface area. Let's start another cell organelle, ribosome. So ribosome, actually they are the freely found granular structure in the cytoplasm. They can be found freely in the cytoplasm, or they can be found attached with the endoplasmic reticulum, and because of that it is known as rough endoplasmic reticulum. And they can be found in prokaryote as well as in mitochondria and plastids. Ribosomes are of two type, 70S type and 80S type. So 70S type, it is found in prokaryotes, mitochondria and plastid. Plastic means chloroplast. And 80S type, it is found in eukaryotic cells. And you must be knowing the difference between prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. There is a difference of nucleus. Well-developed nucleus is there in the eukaryotes, and primitive nucleus is there in the prokaryotes. So ribosome is of two types, 70S and 80S type. It is also known as protein factory or factory of cell. Why? Because it helps in synthesis of protein. Ribosome consists of two subunits, a smaller subunit and larger subunit. and as it's a protein factory, so it helpful in protein synthesis. So the smaller subunit, it helps to read the messenger RNA, and the larger subunit assemble amino acid into a polypeptide chain. Polypeptide chain of protein, and that will be later on folded into protein and export the polypeptide to the cytoplasm, where it acts as a functional protein. So how it form? With the help of a smaller subunit and larger subunit. Smaller subunit, it just read the messenger RNA, it just read the message, and the larger subunit, it assemble amino acid, means the amino acid which is there, they are just changed into the polypeptide with the help of the large subunit, and then they further folded into the protein, and that protein is transported to the cytoplasm where it acts as a functional protein. Ribosomes which are present in the mitochondria, they are known as mitoribosomes, and the ribosomes which are present in the plastid are known as plastoribosomes. So mitoribosomes and plastoribosomes. These are the ribosomes, depend on the location where they found. So if they found in the in the mitochondria, so it is known as mitoribosomes, and if they are found in the chloroplast or plastids, then it is known as plastoribosomes. Now the next cell organelle is mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. So this is mitochondria. Here, shape of the mitochondria can be varied. It can be granular, rod-shaped, spherical, or thread-like. So the shape can be varied, and it is a double membrane structure, means it's a double membranous cell organelle. Outer this membrane and the inner membrane. Outer one is the smooth. Here you can see this is the smooth membrane. It's double membranous structure. The outer one is smooth, and the inner one is just folded like here. See, they just folded inside, form a finger like projection. Here you just see on both the side, just form a finger like projection, and these projections are known as cristae. Here you see cristae, cristae. So these projection, they are known as cristae. Here you see this is the cavity inside of the mitochondria, and it is filled with the matrix. Here is the substance, it's filled with the substance that is called matrix, and that contain lipid, protein, circular DNA and RNA. So circular DNA and RNA is also present inside the mitochondria, and this matrix is contains lipid and protein. So here you see this is the DNA which is present inside the mitochondria. Here this is DNA. So the DNA present in the mitochondria. So it's the outer membrane, it's inner membrane. Outer is a smooth membrane, inner is a finger-like, it folded like a finger-like projection, and here in between that the space is there. This space is known as intermembranous space. This space is known as intermembranous space. Mitochondria are small biochemical factories where food stuff are oxidized. And as we know, the respiration occur in the mitochondria. So they act as a small biochemical factories where the glucose are oxidized and energy is released. Energy is released in the form of adenosine triphosphate. Here it's written adenosine triphosphate. It's here adenosine triphosphate. So it is stored in the mitochondria. That's why it is known as powerhouse of the cell.